Going on to y'all crabs out there. So for you crabs have the Hierophant, the Ace of Wands, and the Unalive card, right? So Scorpio, y'all are the lower octave of Scorpio anyway. So it is what it is, right? It works anyway. So the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands speaks to a lot of you being able to now assess. Um, I know, I know my readings are a little bit scientific. That's the kind of brain that I have. But anyway, a lot of you are learning to understand what's worth the effort. A lot of you are realizing that if something or someone is not really worth the effort, then you're not even going to really lift a finger to even find out what the person is really about. So, or you're not going to do too much you're not going to do too much anymore to find out what they are about. Because I'm seeing how there's a sense of, like, there's this Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups. A lot of you want a good home and everything like that. The crabs, y'all rule the home. Y'all rule the fundamentals, where people get their ideas from, right? It starts in the home. It starts with the family, right? Which you crabs represent. You don't just represent the home, right? The physical home, wherever, the residence. You also represents the family and the genetics that comes with being born into a particular family. Yeah. Hold on, I got you. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. Some insurance. We ain't gonna talk too much about that one. But anyway, Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups right here is about how, because like I said, a lot of you want a home, but at the same time, and you want to create that home, and you're striving to. But some of you crabs may have little crabs already. I can't even say the C word, you know what I mean? So I'm just not even gonna say it at all. But I can't say crab, right? The crabs. But a lot of you crabs may have a young crab of your own, and you may want someone to actually be in the house with you, right? That you can call your significant other like that. But a lot of you realize that it's not worth it, because a lot of people are not about who and what they say that they are. Remember when I told y'all, I said that y'all are gonna get to a point where people talk so much that you crabs are not gonna take those people seriously whatsoever. All you crabs are gonna do is pay attention and just kind of, you know what I mean? Just kind of doubt it, like, yeah, they talking a big game and everything, but you trying to see if they're actually going to really follow through with it in the first place, right? So why that's important in the first place is because the Wheel of Fortune, which represents the crabs, and the Eight of Swords is about how, and the Lovers is about how you crabs very much so are like, look, like I said, going back to the first three cards, you understanding what is worth your time, if interacting with other people is worth your time in the first place, if it's worth it. And a lot of you crabs are realizing that not, just because a person may excite you from the very beginning, so many people are going after what's exciting. Come on now. I gotta kind of go at that a little bit, because you don't date for specifically excitement. That's not the reason why it is that a person who's responsible should be dating. Excitement is automatically going to come if you set up the relationship correctly. You understand what I'm saying? It's automatically going to show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be a good it's not going to be a good relationship unless there's a certain amount of excitement, right? But excitement is not, it should not be the cornerstone of what's important to the entire relationship. And the thing is that you see a lot of people who do stuff like that, right? And you crabs are seeing front row seat yourselves just how important excitement is to some people. They're willing to really make terrible decisions behind purely excitement. And it's like and it's like, you know, drama and all this other type of nonsense, right? And it's like, but then at the same time, they talking about generational wealth and leaving little crabs back something, you know, the little ones. And it's like, you can't do that if you're making drama. You can't do those. Why? Let's go ahead and give up the game as to why. Because if your home doesn't have a certain amount of stability, when are you going to teach the little crabs, or when are you going to teach the little ones how to survive, how to become well adjusted, adapted adults, how they're going to grow up to be autonomous, to learn to think for themselves? You're never going to be able to leave them back anything, leave them back any kind of legacy whatsoever. Why? Because you're going to be because dysfunctional people are going to do what dysfunctional people are going to do. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't have a trust fund little one, right? Like an inheritance, and you have dysfunctional parents. What's going to happen, or parent, what's going to happen is the parent is going to spend out the trust fund before the person who is supposed to inherit it, the offspring, would even get it. Why? Excitement, dysfunctionality, right? You know, people don't want to be consistent anymore. So it's like this is the stupidity, is what I'm talking about. You can't serve two masters. And I'm seeing how a lot of you crabs are seeing it too. A lot of you are de-dramatizing your lives. You crabs want a little bit of drama in y'all life too. Come on now, y'all can't nonsense me. I know what I'm talking about. I know plenty of crabs in the real world, okay? Stop playing. Y'all like a little bit of drama in your relationship, but a lot of you are going to regulate that down and understand what kind of drama in the first place. You know what I mean? So the thing about it is that the Ten of Wands and the Four of Pentacles right here is all about how for you and because of these decisions, again, you crabs are choosing to stay away from the nonsensical drama that could be had, and choosing to just take care of what you do have, to consolidate, to just protect, because you crabs are great protectors. See, a lot of times people don't talk about that. They don't talk about how you crabs are really good protectors. As a matter of fact, the crabs are the zodiac sign of protecting. Them in the Aquarius, y'all in the Aquarius. Yeah, them and Capricorn, depending on the situation with Capricorn. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, y'all are the zodiac sign. You crabs are the zodiac sign that represent protection. You know, protecting of others, protecting of yourselves. So let's clarify the Four of Pentacles. On the live card, the Sun, Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So for you crabs, you have the unalive card and the Sun right here. Not really necessarily feeling relationships as of right now. More so still willing to be in one, and still very much so open to getting to know someone brand new. But a lot of you are going to assess if it's worth you actually getting to know the person. And then you have the Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, the person has to immediately come in and show you value. And this is something that you, crabs, had to come to a conclusion on your own, that a person has to show you value coming in, right? It's not going to go down easy if they're just looking to take. Gimme. That's not going to get. They have to contribute. And then they have to get, right? And then they'll get. So the Ace of Wands is about how, so really the ball is in their court. You know, you are going to show up and give, but the question is, are they going to show up and give? And you're not going to get upset that you're giving, because the pressure, you're applying pressure, and the pressure is going to be on them. Like, okay, you know, if they're faking this, they're going to show you very quickly if they're faking it or not. Because if they're faking it, you crabs are going to see there's not a lot of effort coming from them to you, and it's going to be quite easy to understand what's going on.